Cool. A, you're not in charge. 2, if you don't have an excuse for being like that, a ball going out excuse, like for example, there was an oil spill, they added a book to the Bible, is not, I don't have gas money, or that person makes more money than me. There is no shared context. That whole excited catastrophe has a single point of origin, which it would anyway. Is the satellite enough that you're coming in under where the satellite is? If you're coming in over, it wasn't the satellite, it was something in you. So in order for that to happen in an XYZ sort of form, rather than me sitting there and proving that I exist, which I actually ended up doing, you would have to sit there and every fucking little toothpick of this Bundist fucking waste, you would have to correctly connect to the mainframe as per my evaluation and inspection. We've said no so many times that I don't even have to inspect anything anymore. If it's there, it's over. And you still haven't made those arguments, except to say that my group specifically wills going over because it harms people. And here's the philosophy of harming people, and I am the connecting piece between the philosophy of harming people and this excited mess that is the gang trying to make things over. To the point that we're going to go all the way over to the other side and debate the merits of logic. Oh, I understand it's logic and makes sense. What is a logic? What is a golf ball? And they did this, actually. And I had fucking 300 pages on the difference between good existentialism and bad existentialism. The bad existentialism, you're doing the Naziist shit, which is militarism and materialism in place of Buddhism, which is what over is. It's identical the whole way. C3, those people aren't allowed to park there. I won that case. And your entire gradient is based on that. So your angles are going, you lost this, you lost this, you lost this. You haven't won anything. There is no reason for me to be sitting here. So this whole catastrophe haze, that anti-Buddhist shit, which is where Buddhism is supposed to go so that we can actually get the real thing. Instead we have fucking HazeNet from AI, from the Bundists. It's gone. You've never made that connection, and nor have I. You can't sit there and consciously will on an atomic level war and expect us to regard it and take it as peace. And we found out that doesn't happen on any level whatsoever, including even slavery. Doesn't matter. You can actually make that conscious will step, and that same shit still goes on, if that's how you want to reference the Schadenfreude toggle and all of that. You have to give up part of yourself to join a group. Is that a whole group? Well, you're going to have a little part missing of yourself because you're in that group. Why not join a group? Why not subscribe to an organized religion? You give up part of yourself, and now you're missing infinity. How well have those talks worked for people in the Bundist realm? Specifically white Christians. You get to the end and they're all pedophiles. And then there's this for a number of years while people go in and MK Ultra your face and then spit you out into capitalism, which is medical play, Nazism, white supremacy, and religious blasphemy, superimposed where Buddhism's supposed to be, coming after Israel, which I won, by the way. Got all that, got to the end of Israel, had a little talk about what is evangelism, won that, all of that lost. That context isn't supposed to be there, stuffed that all the way back up academia, won that. You have no reference, and then if you tie something over to my things, you lose. You don't gain extra points, you don't get extra credit, there's no leniency, there's just a total here and a total there, and you lose. And it has not derivated from the graph present, which has been present for a number of years, and all of those people are quite well aware of it. Instead, insist on making everything look like a crime, which they do, and then commit the crime underneath it to then blame the sheen. And they think that that explains, rationalizes, apologizes for whatever criminality was there. Because we already got somebody sitting there debating whether or not they exist, right? That's all we need, right? Is a distraction, right? Hasn't made a single point.